Okay, good morning, folks, and welcome to day one of Q3 2020. Happy July the 1st. And I got started late this morning. I'm not going to blame technology all too much, but the website is down at current, which is why I am trying to figure out what's going on with the website. So I have my developer on it. If you see a pop up come up here any second, you'll understand why, but we are aware the website is down right now. Can't figure it out yet. Just working on it. Good morning, NY Jets. Nicholas. All right. Let's kick things off with bonds. The futures are down this morning, but you're seeing money come out of the bond market. So I question how severe the selling is going to be this morning, whether or not it's got legs. So as long as we see money move out of bonds, it's got to go somewhere. Maybe it's emerging markets, but in all probability, it's going to find its way into equities as well. This is a 15-minute chart, U.S. equities, I should say. This is a 4-hour chart. So this really matters. And we bought the banks last week, and I want to buy more, but I want to make sure that this sell-off in bonds is for real. Let's see how gold is behaving. And this is what surprised me yesterday, is that we saw a rise in yields, yet gold had legs, 8-year highs yesterday. And despite the fact that yields continue to rise higher today, gold is higher. So it looks as though gold is shrugging off. Basically, gold is saying yields are way too low for inflation, and we need to go higher here. So we'll see whether or not this continues. We are already long of the gold miners. We'll be looking to buy more. I really like the chart of gold, especially the gold miners. Gold closed slightly off the highs of the day yesterday, yet the miners just off the highs of the day. Very strong close. Now let's see what else we have here. Let's go to the dollar. Dollar's up. Not looking too bad. Higher lows here. So gold is up with a rising dollar and rising yields. That really just speaks to you, the underlying strength of gold. The Russell 2000. Down just shy of 0.75%. RL, good morning. We do have higher lows. Resistance immediately above at 1450. Before all is said and done, we may pull back to around 1410. 1410, 1411 is support. Les Latar, gold may pull back tomorrow if there's a positive jobs report. There's two ways of looking at that, and you wonder where inflation is at current with all this money printing, and people think that because you print money or you print currency, you print inflation, that it creates inflation. It really doesn't. You need the velocity of money. So if you have people that are going back to work, that's going to increase the velocity of money, therefore increasing the amount of inflation. That's one side. The other side is that maybe the means of production will be picking up, and there'll be more goods to buy, and that'll be deflationary. So we'll see. We'll see. It's really up to the market on which way they're going to take it. Your point's noted, though. The VIX broke down yesterday. Still holding the 30 mark. Okay, what else do we have? E-minis. They're down, but not looking too shabby here. Have resistance immediately above. You have to wonder where this market would be if it weren't for the Federal Reserve. Really, this is just incredible. All right, so we're in a trading range here. We're very close to the highs of that trading range. We're trading above 30.80. As long as we hold that level, and if that doesn't hold 30.50, we're in okay shape. I think the key takeaway from this chart here is that we are or have put in a higher low, and now we're beginning to see the beginnings of higher highs. So I still have to side with, despite all of the reasons why we should go down, I have to side with the bulls on this. Hey, Trent. Yeah, I know. I saw that they're buying Microsoft bonds, Berkshire bonds. The American people get $1,200 that qualify. Yet Berkshire and all these other companies get cheap funding. I mean, it's just. I have no words for it. I just have no words for it. It's surreal with what's happening in the streets and what's happening in at the Federal Reserve in Washington. I have no words for it. Here are a couple of high flyers. SHLL. I warned yesterday morning that it wasn't going to end well. And I think that these names, while they may get, Shell anyway, may get a move higher here, I think that it fails to take out prior highs and it rolls over. Here's the other one. I attempted to get to borrow on this one. Couldn't do it. I wanted a short. Couldn't do it. Couldn't get the shares. All right. Let's. All right. I'll go to silver first, and we'll go to USLV. See what it's doing in the pre-market. I mean, it had a a rock solid day yesterday. All right. Wow, up another 0.75% today. So much for that head and shoulders setup. Looks like we're about to get negated. Let's go to let's see if my website's back up yet. Nope. Vevey. All right. All right, USLV looking really, really good here. This is a daily chart. Let's pull back. See how we close out the month. We closed off the highs of the month. Resistance right at 81.88. I forget when they're sunsetting these shares, so just be careful. Again, resistance is 81.88 on a monthly basis. I would love for a snapback on silver anyway. I wouldn't go buying USLV anymore. There's no sense in it unless you're just day trading it. But a nice pullback to $67 a share. That would be a nice entry point. A retest of a breakout point. All these indicators look really good. Really, really good. Daily chart. Again, a beautiful chart. I think it's going higher. And we broke through. We have this spike out in volume. This is a congestion area. We're above that now. So moving on to new highs is going to be pretty easy until we get up to if this ETF is around that long, or ETN, up to around $90 a share. Good morning, Oliver. I'm late too today. All right. What else do we have? I want to check out Love. We booked profits on Southwest Airline. And still we close well off the highs of the month. Too bad. So what I'd like to know is this, is if and when we hit the support level here. All right, so we're good to go. Hey, Kurt, how you been? Long time. Oliver, it's 3 a.m. Oh wow, you're dedicated. Weekly chart. Holding support. Let's get rid of this. I would love to see a pullback to support here on Love. A further pullback. RSI is looking really good on a weekly basis. Daily chart resistance at $35 per share. So we're in a very wide trading range here between $29 and $37 per share. We could stay here for a while. So I would really need to see a pullback. I would love to see 29 and then entertain getting long of it. I'll take a couple of requests because I have to go early today because I got to figure out what the heck is wrong with this website. I'll go over Fastly. What a huge month. Can't touch it though. It's off the highs of the week. We have a new weekly high, but it didn't hold. Daily chart. $75.99 looks interesting as an entry point. Even more attractive is $69.65. Okay. I'm going to leave off of Boeing. You got it, Kurt. All right, Boeing did not have a good month. We booked profits at 204. And thank goodness that we did. Weekly chart. We did bounce on some positive news, but we've given up those gains, a lot of them anyway. I would really love to see 150 here. and I don't think it's out of the question. We have broken support, resistance right at 191. We closed at 183, slightly off the highs of the lows of the session yesterday. I wouldn't buy it. Kind of in no man's land right now. Way too close to resistance. Let's go to rare. Why do they think rare was rare earth minerals? All right, so rare, beautiful chart. Clearly, we've broken out here on a monthly basis. Did so in April. Technically, we did so here in February, but we failed in March. Last breakout was in April. Higher highs. Good month last month. Really like this. Very attractive. So very, very clear risk reward entry point here. If we break down below that 76 mark, that's about where you'd want to keep your stop, especially under last week's lows. I think from a risk reward perspective, it's reasonable. Lots of upside potential here. Technically. A really nice outside reversal bar yesterday. Just keep in mind you have a bit of resistance above at 78.97. But it looks as though the path of least resistance remains to the upside here. Double bottom setup and a higher low on RSI. And you have your Stokes validating the same. I like the chart. I think it's really, really pretty. And you could argue, not argue, it's a fact. We broke out yesterday. Above resistance, daily resistance. A very, very nice chart. Oh, really? Interesting. Had an FDA approval with no reaction so far. Well, it looks like initially the knee-jerk reaction was to try to take it down for whatever reason. And they closed it higher. I think it's probably going to go higher. Newmont Mining. One of the two pimp Mac daddies of the gold mining sector. A very volatile month last month, but net bullish. Bullish, 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 going higher. Weekly chart. We have a new weekly high. I think that we're heading higher here. We're already long of the gold miners using an ETF. So, for disclaimer purposes, I think that they are going higher. Daily chart yesterday, we broke out. And again, that's in the face of rising yields, which would typically be bearish. Rising dollar, it didn't care. Gold miners are telling us, and silver telling us, yields are too low, inflation's on the way. It's our signal to ignore. So we are long. We're going to be looking to buy more of the miners, perhaps not Newmont specifically, but definitely more miners, silver, etc. I only wish they didn't stop, or I only wish they wouldn't sunset USLV. I happen to like that ETF. And with that, folks, everybody have a profitable trading day and smash that like button and be well.